I just talked about how like Kanye West is why I do music the way I do it. Only right that we touch on some Kanye shit. We're gonna talk about how he's right about Trump and slate. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking kidding. Really? We're gonna talk about his albums, top to bottom. As you can see, I already got it figured out. In chronological order, Ye just got shittier and his music's trash now. Psych, I just put it in chronological order. So, that was funny, right? This informational disclaimer. S tier is as good as it gets. Stands for fucking good. A tier, it's good. It's got some flaws. I enjoy it. It's not the perfect thing. B tier, it's like, yo, this is dope. Like, I got nothing bad to say about it, but it's not better than this. C tier is like, all right, yeah. That's like not, that doesn't go in the garbage. D tier is like, ooh, damn, bro. I skip E tier and just go straight to F tier because it's like, that's failure. That's like garbage tier, almost. I don't know if any albums are there for this disclaimer. All right, starting with College Dropout. Not an F tier album. So you already know where I'm going with this. I have talks about this album a lot. My brother-in-law and I are like avid Kanye fans. He's seen him live and he throws that in my face. Yeah, Chris, you're a bigger fan, all right? Is that what you want to hear? Huh? So is that what you want to hear? College Dropout is D tier. It's good. It's not failure. It's definitely not garbage. It's like Kanye trying to figure things out, you know? And I've made albums like that. I think its strengths are Jesus Walks, almost like I could just highlight that. There was nothing like it at the time. I remember when this came out, 2004. I was 11 years, no. I think I never heard anything like that before. Dilla had been doing his thing for a while, but it wasn't in mainstream yet. And Dilla would pass away 2 years later. So College Dropout was kind of like bringing that sound to new age, so it gets D. It's not C because it's you'll see. Late Reg, that has some of my favorite songs by Kanye. That's B tier. Heard Him Say is fantastic. Nas is on that. It's starting to sound like Kanye. You know what I mean? It's funny because chronologically, I feel like to a certain point, it's like appreciation in Kanye music, you know, like the value appreciates. Late Registration, production-wise, was where Kanye started to use synth, which was great. He started to get like singers doing background vocals. I don't think he did it as much. I don't think he did it as much in College Dropout, and that's why College Dropout's like D tier. I don't think it's F tier, of course. Graduation, I could probably talk longer about this one. I think this is an A tier album. And what's needed to be A tier, I'll kind of like spec that out. I don't skip a lot of songs. I do skip some songs. And the songs I don't skip stick with me. Because sometimes there's albums that just sound good, but like, it doesn't necessarily stick with you. You know what I'm saying? You might listen to it through the go through. And sometimes you skip songs that end up being good later and vice versa. With all that aside, Graduation, I only skip. I like Barry Bonds, but it's also not that great of a song. Like Wayne didn't even really go that hard on that. And then I skip Drunken Hot Girl sometimes, and I skip Homecoming sometimes. But those are all like decent songs, except for Barry Bonds, kind of a poo-poo song. Otherwise, the album's really good. It actually influenced like my last album. I think you'll hear it or you won't. To me, it did. The way Ye put down songs, the way like Ye was almost like his own feature artist. A tier. Moving on, 808s and Heartbreaks. This is tough for me because it's somewhere in between these two albums, I think. I know this is like cheating. I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna place it here and say that. But if I have to pick one, it's B. This is one of my favorite Ye albums. Has my favorite Ye song, Paranoid. But I just don't think it was like, the production was good and the feeling was good, but I don't think it had the same like balance of like, yo, Kanye's rapping and this is kind of like poppy, this could be on the radio. Had a few hits, but then there's some skippable things on 808s. B, not C, because it's just too many hits on it to be C. Moving on, here we go. Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, where is that? Oh no, my computer froze, but it just skyrocketed it to where it needed to be. S tier. This, in my opinion, is Kanye's best album. Personally, so I'm always gonna try to get personal and then real quick be objective. Subjectively, this album is going to influence my next stuff. And it kind of influenced my current stuff in that it's very fantastical. It paints a picture of like real world using completely fake world. Like he made like lore. He made like a lore, you know what I'm saying? Of this person. If you watch the short film It does that very well. And it's very much like dreamlike. It has a ton of hits. It has a ton of like hip hop hits. Like people talk about monsters still, you know, got Nicki to do that. Got Rick Ross to actually like sound cool in the song. No offense to Rick Ross. He's got other stronger songs. I think Austin Fair, my homie Austin Fair likes Rick Ross. He'll probably tell me something about Rick Ross. Like, yo, this shit is hot, whatever. But to me, that was like, you know, Rick Ross didn't do much, but it was sounded cool. The production is really why. I think with Kanye albums, you have to rate it, if not equally, more on the production end, because that's where he shines. He puts a sonic red carpet for all these types of new sounds and stuff, and he sampled a lot, like more than I think he's ever done. Sounded contemporary. This shit was good. S tier. Enough about Fantasy, because that's my favorite album. Watch the Throne. This is definitely a Ye album, where Cruel Summer's not a Ye album, because it's like, you know, this is C tier to me, man. I think there's a lot of like cool songs on this, and it's better than College Dropout just because it ages better. It's Kanye's older, you know, he's got more tricks up his sleeve, and Jay kind of helped. There's a chance that it can go to B. I just think that it didn't have enough like jammable things. Like I love Otis. I even like the song Beyonce, and I think I like the production more than the verses, and that's why it kind of like falls through, because that's what I'm rating mostly on, and it still wasn't strong enough, you know. And then if you get rid of all the verses, it just doesn't stand. Prime Time is probably my favorite song, and that beat and that like vocal sample. I'll have to like do a video on that, because I've used that in songs before. Probably my favorite song on there. Good album, not better than C tier. Moving on to Yeezus. This one's hard, man. It's like here. Not F tier, the production was great. I don't think it's D tier because the production was great and Ye changed the soundscape. You can hear my leg tapping because I take this seriously, yo. I take my tier list and my choices, like favorites and stuff, seriously. I'm gonna say Yeezus is C tier. It's like right here, but it's leaning more towards C tier for the same reason that Watch the Throne is not B tier or higher. Production was great. It's like C plus. We'll say that. Like if I can give like big ratings real quick, College Dropout, D. Watch the Throne, C minus or C. Yeezus, C plus. Late Registration, B. 808s, B plus. Graduation, A plus, almost S tier. And then S tier. Moving on, T-Lop, Life of Pablo. I'm just gonna be quick with it. This is an A tier album. It's almost as good as Twisted Fantasy. So it's also an A plus. It's better than Graduation because I skip even less. But I think, you know what? This is an S tier album. Big change. S tier album right there. Life of Pablo. I don't skip many songs on that. And I actually go back to this day. This is one of my most repeated Kanye albums. Second to Watch the Throne. I mean to Dark Twisted Fantasy. Life of Pablo, S tier album. And Ye, this one probably has the most like charged feelings with everybody. Ye, I think is a B album. I don't want to say A. There's some skippable songs. It's not big enough to really say, and that's like most people's arguments. Like, yo, this is what I've heard. Ye didn't change the soundscape or anything with this album. He didn't do what he did with other albums. It's short. It's not a real album. It is a real album in both the definition, right? It's more than 6 songs, and I think an EP is officially 6 songs, and I think that's why they did it. And it sounds full. It's not like a collection of songs. It's not a mixtape. So Ye is B. I'd say straight B, maybe B plus. Maybe it's up there with 808s. I skip a few songs, and that's a big hit to an 8-song album. Yeah, this is my tier list. Favorite song on Ye, because I've kind of talked about favorite songs. Favorite song on Ye is Ghost Town. Personal story, I was going through a breakup. I just broke up with my girlfriend at the time. I was like high off of The Alchemist, the book. I was like, yeah, man, the sky's the limit now. I can do whatever I want. Nothing's holding me back. I don't got to look back at anything. But then this made me vulnerable again. And I think Ye was going through some similar shit with Kim, you know, relationship problems. It's tough. I cried during Ghost Town. That shit was heavy. So Ghost Town, sorry, I went too deep into that. Favorite song on T-Lop is, it's tough. Highlights, Young Thug. I became a Young Thug fan from that. Yeah, that's my tier list, bro. S tier, you know what it is. S tier is Fantasy and T-Lop. A, Graduation. B, Late Registration. 808s, Ye. C, Watch the Throne. Ye, Yeezus. D, College Dropout. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think, and if you don't think that Twisted Fantasies S tier, then don't bother talking to me at all.
Hey, hey,
This is actually some heartfelt shit.
da da da. So soulful, don't you agree?
I got an album coming
Yeah.
soon.
Blessings falling down like cherry blossom. It's fucking awesome. Been wishing this since college dropout. 17, thought I was varsity team. Played sports to get laid. Had one girl, we was barely talking. Now, God gave me wifey and she liked me on my birthday. I knew I loved it from the first day. That is this music. When I was losing, I would still choose it. That was my druggie, I would abuse it. But what's love unless it's heavyweight? What is heavyweight unless the gloves hit like semi-spray? We seen better days, but please don't doubt me, baby. I'm more like Yeezy, not like Jay-Z. Jay had the lemonade, but I'm into you, you Ty T. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. We done made it. We done made it cause we tried, And I never tried this hard. If we don't make it, then I'll cry. I can't cry, cause I never tried this hard. We done made it cause we tried, And I never tried this hard. If we don't make it, then I'll cry. I can't cry. I can't cry. I never tried this hard.